Connecticut's #1 local news. This is Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Our community has been rocked. Our police department has been rocked. They answered a call to duty and they responded without hesitation.
A Bristol police sergeant and officer lost their lives answering a call for help.
Today, our hearts are broken. We're united in immeasurable grief for those hero officers.
Families heartbroken. Children and an unborn baby now without their dad. What we're learning about Bristol's Brothers in Blue as support pours in across the state.
Please keep Bristol Police Department and the officers' families in your thoughts and your prayers.
Thank you for joining us tonight here for Eyewitness News at 6 on what is a very difficult day for the community of Bristol and the entire state. Our team coverage continues on the deaths of 2 police officers in that community.
And just heartbreak for the families and friends of 35-year-old Sergeant Dustin DeMonte and 34-year-old Officer Alex Hamzy. Support pouring in from all over Connecticut for the fallen officers, their families, and the entire Bristol Police Department. Earlier today, 2 different processions as the bodies of the officers were moved to the office of the Chief Medical Examiner.
One officer survived last night's ambush. He has been identified as 26-year-old Alec Iorato. We know he was treated and released from St. Francis Hospital just before noon today, as many gathered right here outside to show him their support and even give him a round of applause. As you can kind of make out off in the distance right there, he is leaving the hospital from a side door and making his way into the police vehicle there.
As our Channel 3 Eyewitness News team coverage continues, we have a number of reporters keeping an eye on the latest details from the scene, as well as the police department, as these officers continue to be mourned and we grieve this tremendous loss. And also, this deadly attack is investigated.
It all happened at 310 Redstone Hill Road late last night. We begin our coverage right now with Channel 3 Eyewitness News reporter Dylan Fearon. He is live at the scene for us right now with the latest on what is happening there. Dylan?
Well, Mark, good evening to everybody at home tonight. Yes, most of the first responders have left the scene today, but state police are still here investigating. Let's give you a quick look as their major crimes unit is still right there down the road. The yellow tape still surrounding that house as you see that gray siding over there. And state police just trying to figure out how this happened, why this happened.
I have one victim, bilateral GSWs. I'm just doing that for now.
This was the moment 2 Bristol police officers were shot and killed, and our sources say it was by a man dressed in camouflage with an AR-15 waiting for them to arrive.
Sadly, we lost 2 exceptional Bristol police officers, and a 3rd was seriously injured as a result of senseless violence.
Bristol Police Chief Brian Gold holding back tears, having the strength to tell us what happened. That was just hours after Sergeant Dustin DeMonte and Officer Alex Hamzy were killed, and Officer Alec Iorato was seriously injured. State police believe the officers were lured to this house on Redstone Hill Road. Bristol police received a call saying there was a domestic violence incident here, but when officers showed up, they were shot at.
And I heard what I thought was firecrackers. Rapid fire, bang, 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 bang. And I realized, I said, that's not firecrackers.
It wasn't firecrackers. Police believe it was 35-year-old Nicholas Brutcher shooting at officers. We're told Brutcher was also shot at the scene and is dead. Ken Pragaki lives just a block away.
Words can't explain it. You know, these guys go out and protect us, and to have them lose their lives, which they know every day you go out there, it's life or death.
The support for these fallen officers was immediate. Here's Drone 3 showing us this morning's procession for Officer Hamzy.
Our community has been rocked. Our police department has been rocked.
Now, we also know that Butcher's brother, Nathan Butcher, was also at the scene last night. He was shot as well, but he is alive and in the hospital tonight. As soon as we find out more information on why this happened, perhaps a motive and what that brother's responsibility was and involvement was last night, well, you know, on air, online, and on the Channel 3 app. We're live in Bristol tonight. I'm Dylan Fear in Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Dylan, thank you. Our team coverage continues right now at 6 from outside the Bristol Police Department.
And that's where we find Channel 3 New Haven Bureau Chief Matt McFarland, who has been learning a lot more about these 3 officers, all 3 heroes, Matt.
Well, Aaron and Mark, this city is devastated. All day, people have been coming to pay their respects, dropping off flowers outside the police department. In fact, officers brought them in earlier this afternoon because of the rain that we're experiencing now. There's also the black bunting hanging out in front of the police department as well. You know, no doubt these officers made an impact on many here in this community. It's evident not only in the support we've been seeing here today, but also in plenty of the stories that we've heard. As the flowers piled up, people from all over came to pay their respects.
I'm a recovering alcoholic, and I have 2 years sober, and that's because DeMonte helped me, motivated me to get sober.
Jamie Perciano says Sergeant Dustin DeMonte is the reason he's sober.
He came to my place numerous times due to my drinking, and there's so many times he would, you know, motivate me and talk to me, and I finally took his suggestions, and today I'm 2 years sober.
All around Bristol, it seems everyone has a story or two about these 3 officers.
They were just genuine, nice guys.
Sergeant DeMonte, a Bristol officer since 2012, leaves behind a wife and 2 kids with one on the way. He was a school resource officer in Bristol, a cadet advisor with the Police Explorer program, and was the department's co-officer of the year in 2019. Officer Alex Hamsey, a member of the department since 2014, leaves behind a wife. He grew up in Bristol, graduating from Bristol Eastern High School.
Class of 2006, we're going to be there for our classmates.
Stopping by the memorial outside the police station, Angela Provenzano says she hadn't seen Hamsey since they graduated together, but knew she had to be here today.
He was an amazing person. He always had a smile on his face. He was just, I can't believe this is horrible.
It was the same feeling shared by the crew inside Uncle Sam's restaurant, where Hamsey and Officer Alec Ayurato stopped in for lunch just yesterday. The 26-year-old Ayurato, who joined the force in 2018 and was shot and injured last night, was released from St. Francis Hospital late this morning.
They were in here yesterday laughing and smiling and just good guys.
Our hearts are with them and our hearts are broken for them.
And that's pretty much how everyone here in this city is feeling tonight. We're live with the mobile newsroom in Bristol. Matt McFarland, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Yeah, that is for sure in the city and really all over the state right now, Matt. Thank you. As we continue to learn more about what happened in Bristol, we, of course, remember the fallen officers.
Chief investigative reporter Sam Smink has also been looking into the suspect. She is joining us live tonight with all the details right near the scene. Sam, what have you been able to find out?
Police said earlier today that Nicholas Butcher's home was known to police, but they did not go into any specific details right now. We also know that sources tell us Butcher was waiting for police dressed in camouflage with an AR-15. And if you look at his social media, he often posed with guns. Here's a Facebook page belonging to 35-year-old Nicholas Butcher, the man police say shot and killed 2 Bristol officers and injured another. In one photo, you can see him holding a long rifle, smiling for the camera. In another, he is holding a deer that has been killed. In yet another, he is seen holding guns alongside friends. Court records show Butcher got a divorce in 2019. He also had his wages garnished this past year after 2 separate credit agencies said he owed them more than $8,000. Police had been first called to Butcher's home on reports of a fight between him and his brother, 32-year-old Nate Butcher. Nate Butcher was shot and is in the hospital. Connecticut's assault weapons ban went into effect in April 2013. If you had an assault weapon before then, you were allowed to keep it, but you had to register it with the state. Now, if Butcher got the assault weapon after that, it would be illegal. It's also important noting that there is a gas station right up the street from this home, and while the workers there did not want to talk about the suspect, they did tell me the officers stopped in there often, and the community has lost some great men. Reporting live, Sam Smink, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
So many people speaking out about them. Sam, thank you very much. Obviously a horrible, horrible tragedy in Bristol, and our team coverage will continue.
Yeah, it is all hard to come to grips with, really. First, though, we do want to recap some of the information about this deadly ambush. 2 officers are dead. Sources say an AR-15 was used to kill them. Officer Alex Hamzy died at the scene along Redstone Hill Road in Bristol. Sergeant Dustin DeMonte died at Bristol Hospital. A 3rd officer, Alec Ayarato, was treated and released from St. Francis Hospital. The suspect was also pronounced dead. His brother Nathan was shot. His exact condition is still unclear.
Stay with Channel 3 for continuing coverage from Bristol. Coming up in about 5 minutes, we'll take you to a vigil for the fallen officers underway right now at Bristol Eastern High School.
Yeah, we certainly have a lot to track with the weather tonight. We've already got our first heavy downpours moving in. I've been watching these very closely on the early morning pinpoint Doppler. They started off as just a couple of showers over the Long Island Sound and are now starting to become a bit more numerous as they move into Connecticut. So we're watching these very closely. The good news here is that I don't think that we're going to have to worry too much about any strong wind gusts, at least right now. It looks to me that these are just some pretty impressive downpours, not really much wind associated with them. If we zoom in on this line right here that's about to move through Middletown, Cromwell, it stretches all the way back almost to the Naugatuck River Valley with heavy, heavy rain stretching all the way down into Woodbridge, as well as some showers starting to form on the other side of it out through East Haddam and into Montville and stretching up 395. But these aren't even the heaviest showers in the state right now. I'm keeping an eye on this right here, a thunderstorm in Greenwich and Stamford and Fairfield County, because this is expected to keep moving north and eventually will clip portions of Litchfield County. A lot of rain associated with this. Some high water issues reported around the greater New York City area and the New York City metro area with that one too. This slug of moisture that's just offshore is about to move onshore. This is the front that's going to come through later on tonight, eventually kick everything off to the east. But before that happens, we end up with some strong wind gusts and some heavy rain. Expecting around 2.5 to 3 inches of rain across portions of eastern Connecticut, 1 to 2 or more inches of rain in western Connecticut. And to time this all out for you very quickly here, the majority of that is going to happen over the next several hours. That is a lot of rain to see fall over just about 6 hours. By 1 or 2 in the morning, we finally start to clear things up, but we're not entirely done with the rain until about 10 or 11. Certainly possible high water tonight, as well as maybe a couple of downed trees as wind gusts begin to pick up. Coming up right here in just a few more minutes in your early morning forecast. I'll time the rest of this out for you, talk a bit more about the impacts, and give you a glance ahead to the weekend.
Mike, we'll see you in a few minutes again. Thank you very much. And our team coverage will continue on the deaths of the 2 Bristol police officers.
35-year-old Sergeant Dustin DeMonte and 34-year-old Officer Alex Hamzy lost their lives in the line of duty after responding to a call for help last night.
We are back with more, including more from a vigil that is just wrapping up at Bristol Eastern High School.
Survivors ready. Go! New fall TV on CBS is back.
Get off the wheel! I am driving this car!
Tonight, it's the new seasons of the hit comedies Young Sheldon.
More of me? Yes, please.
And Ghost.
We're gonna crush this. Oh, hell yes.
Oh my God!
Followed by the hit new show So Help Me Todd and CSI Vegas. All part of Big Thursday, tonight on CBS.
Down here, Johanna Hayes understands the struggle. Hayes was a lifelong teacher, her husband a cop, living paycheck to paycheck. It's why Hayes fought to lower prescription prices for seniors. But up there, George Logan lived the high life as an Eversource executive, and before that, as a lobbyist. He gave them tax breaks as they jacked up energy costs on us. George Logan's not for us. House Majority PAC is responsible for the content of this ad.
The daughter of a sweatshop seamstress, evicted from her home as a young girl, Rosa DeLauro never forgot where she came from and who she fights for. Hard-working families are getting squeezed. Rosa knows what that feels like, so she took action. She wrote the biggest middle-class tax cut ever, made childcare more affordable, lowered the cost of prescription drugs, and stood up to price-gouging gas companies.
I'm Rosa DeLauro, and I approve this message because I will fight like hell to put your family first.
You're watching Channel 3 Eyewitness News, Connecticut's first choice.
Welcome back. Our team coverage continues on the deaths of 2 police officers in Bristol. In fact, a vigil at Bristol Eastern High School is happening right now. Many showing their support in that community and all across the state. Sergeant Dustin DeMonte and Officer Alex Hamsey were both killed.
Channel 3's Christian Colon is joining us live tonight at Bristol Eastern High School, where many are gathered. Christian, just an overwhelming amount of support tonight.
Yeah, support from across the state, so many people. Honestly, for me, it's been very emotionally overwhelming, if you would say. I mean, inside, the whole auditorium was just filled with people, loved ones, families, so many officers coming in from across the state, and they were lined up as well as just surrounding all the people that showed up today. We also talked to one of the, just a loved one that showed up today, and he was saying that he didn't really know the officers, but he just felt like it was the right decision to show up today. And take a look behind me, you can see so many officers from many departments. And I want to read a quote that the chief of police said tonight in front of everyone. He said, he talked about how he is overwhelmed with the support the community has given him. And he said this in part. I said, I am standing here with sadness and grief, but I am also honored that you have come out tonight to support men and the women of the Bristol police officers. So he is clearly seeing just a big support. Obviously, it's a terrible situation, but that community support is it's going to be very helpful. And Susan Bysowitz, the lieutenant governor, we talked to her as well. Many government officials showed up today, including the governor, and they were telling us as well that community unity is really going to guide and push everybody forward to try to get over this sadness. I'll send it back to you guys. Live in Bristol, Christian Colon, Channel 3, Eyewitness News.
Christian, thank you so much. Our team coverage continues on the deaths of these Bristol fallen officers. We are back with much more as so many pay their respects and honor these true heroes.
And during a very difficult time like this, of course, people want to do what they can to help. We do know a Bristol Police Heroes Fund has been established already. This is through the Bristol Police Union at Thomaston Savings Bank. Donations are being accepted right now at all branches. Bristol's mayor said you can expect additional donation opportunities in the days and weeks to come.
Friday Night Football every week at 11:15.
Create your perfect room for relaxing, entertaining, and more with patio enclosures. Right now, get up to $6,500 off your sunroom. Plus, enjoy exceptional financing. Call today. Patio enclosures.
What do you think of Bob Stefanowski?
Oh, Bob.
Not a fan.
All Stefanowski does is attack, attack, attack.
He's against gun control.
He gets an A rating from the NRA.
I don't trust him on choice. Stefanowski thought Trump did a great job. That's all I gotta know.
I see Stefanowski's ads all the time. They're just mean.
Just mean.
Mean.
With the campaign he's running, they should call him Bob Stefanowski.
I'm Ned Lamont, and I approve this message.
Fabulous, fantastic, jaw-dropping.
Just mesmerizing. I love art. When this is the first time I felt a part of the art rather than just looking at it. I felt a part of the experience.
Don't miss the final days. Tickets available at beyondvangohartford.com.
That we have been following from Connecticut, a 13-year-old boy has now died after he was exposed to fentanyl at school.
Fentanyl, manufactured in China, smuggled across our border. And Dick Blumenthal doesn't seem to care. He voted against more border agents, against border funding for drug detection equipment, and against deporting criminal illegals. Now, drugs and crime flood our streets. Dick Blumenthal, open borders, criminally dangerous. Connecticut Patriots PAC is responsible for the content of this advertising.
It's extended Pilgrim's Holiday Sale. For one final weekend, get 40% off almost everything. Plus, pay no interest for 36 months with no money down. The Holiday Sale. It's extended at Pilgrim's Furniture in Metro City.
Create your perfect room for relaxing, entertaining, and more with patio enclosures. Right now, get up to $6,500 off your sunroom. Plus, enjoy exceptional financing. Call today. Patio enclosures.
We've got another an early warning weather alert out for tonight, expecting things to get very rainy here and very gusty as those rain showers move through. In fact, we've been tracking some showers. The timing of all of this is going to be through about 2 a.m. With the heavy rain, we could be dealing with some flooding in areas of poor drainage, maybe in a downed tree or two, depending on how strong the wind gusts get. Thankfully, to our west, wind gusts were a little bit lower than forecast, so hopefully we can keep that trend going here. But the early warning pinpoint Doppler is certainly starting to light up a bit more. We've been tracking showers and storms here over the last 45 minutes. Look at how quickly these storms are moving. They cleared from Long Island Sound all the way almost to the northern tip of Middlesex County in just a half hour. We've got heavy rain near Norwich all the way back up Route 2 through Colchester, Glastonbury, up through East Hampton and Marlborough. We've got heavy rain north of Cromwell now into Rocky Hill, and heavy rain starting to build out toward Prospect, Waterbury, Naugatuck, and into the Naugatuck River Valley. Plus, we've got more on the way, tracking some very heavy rain right now in Fairfield County and over the border into New York State. This is expected to keep moving north and will likely clip Litchfield County as it moves back into the state of Connecticut. So certainly a lot to track here. Flood watches in effect for almost the entire state except for Fairfield County until 11 o'clock tomorrow morning as heavy rain builds in tonight. The heaviest is likely in eastern Connecticut, where we're forecasting 2.5 to 3 inches of rain total. 1 to 2 inches or maybe even a little bit more possible across western sections of the state. Here's a live look right now in Rocky Hill. Our shower just ended. I mean, it was raining pretty hard, and this is just the beginning of this event. We're looking live right now on our iCam in Torrington, too. Likely seeing a lot of those leaves in the background getting stripped as the wind gusts pick up and the heavy rain moves in. Sporadic downpours expected for the next several hours until about midnight or shortly thereafter. That's when we see a bit of a drying trend, and then eventually the front will come through and kick all of this off to the east. But with it, we expect wind gusts to climb to between 25 and 35 miles an hour later on, coming out of the southeast. All of the trees are still in full leaf. Those leaves act like sails, and that could lead to more and more of the wind getting captured, and thus maybe a couple of trees or branches coming down. The weekend looks great, but by Monday we track more rain, and behind that is where I think we're going to move into much chillier air. So to recap all of this, maybe some flooding tonight. We do clear up for the morning commute tomorrow. Temperatures running in the 60s both days. A lot of sunshine Saturday and Sunday. By Monday, rain is back. Tuesday and Wednesday, high temperatures likely only in the 50s as much cooler air returns to Connecticut.
Mike, thank you very much. Now, as soon as news broke of the officers who were shot in Bristol, of course, support started coming in from everywhere.
Absolutely, and so many people on social media expressing their condolences and the fact that so many of us are just heartbroken. Channel 3's Stephanie Simoni was taking a look at what people had to say today. Stephanie.
Aaron and Mark, as many people know, when you become a first responder, you become a member of a family, and these police departments are really showing support. So, as you can imagine, everyone really feeling this right now. Look at this. The Suffield Police Department says, honor, respect, remember. Bristol Police Department, they posted this on their social media too, saying, quote, every day law enforcement officers respond to calls of all kinds from people in our communities. These Bristol PD officers continued that tradition of sacrifice, dedication, and selfless service last night. Over the coming days and weeks, you will see Suffield police officers wearing black mourning bands over their badges in remembrance of these brave officers, their families, and the Bristol PD. The National Fraternal Order of Police tweeted 3 officers down. Please pray for the families and friends of the 2 Bristol police officers who were fatally shot, as well as a 3rd officer who was shot while responding to a domestic incident. The violence against our law enforcement is out of control. It must stop. Our team coverage continues on these deaths of the Bristol officers. We'll have much more ahead when we see you at 7. Stephanie Simoni, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Down in Washington, they doubled down on partisanship. Well, not me. I'm Joe Courtney. Working with Democrats and Republicans is how we won health coverage for Navy vets suffering from Agent Orange.
And doubled our region's submarine production. Joe Courtney.
Joe Courtney got it done.
Got it done. Joe Courtney.
Rated as Connecticut's most bipartisan member of Congress.
Working with both parties to get results for Eastern Connecticut.
That's Joe Courtney.
That's Joe Courtney.
And that's why I approve this message.
Don't let rumors or misinformation stop you from making your voice heard this election day. Connecticut's voting process is secure with 24/7 monitoring. Your valid vote will be counted whether you choose to vote absentee or in person.
At DraftKings Casino, we give credit where credit is due in the form of credit plus a bonus.
Download DraftKings Casino and get up to $50 in free credits to use on any game. Plus a deposit bonus up to $2,000. Now, roll credits.
Governor Lamont was caught lying, trying to hide nearly $2 billion in new and higher taxes. And where are your tax dollars going? Into state contracts for Annie Lamont's company. Her company got a sweetheart state contract worth millions. Billions in new taxes for us, sweetheart deals for him. Ned Lamont gets richer, and we pay the price. Paid for by Advancing Connecticut. This message was made independent of any candidate or political party.
Tonight. Am I backing away or am I just getting smaller?
Steven's got Jeremy Strong and Ed Sheeran. New Colbert tonight on CBS.
Johanna Hayes is completely out of touch. I'm a single mom. I don't know if I go to the store if things are going to cost the same or if they're going to be more. It's scary.
Democrats single-handedly saved the economy.
Johanna Hayes didn't single-handedly save anything. In fact, she made it worse. Things aren't getting better. Not at the grocery store, not at the gas pump. She's wrong. She just does not get it. I would not vote for Johanna Hayes.
Congressional Leadership Fund is responsible for the content of this advertising.
I'm falling in love with you. Falling in love with you.
Subaru of New England invites you to fall in love with the brand new 2022 Subaru Outback, featuring symmetrical all-wheel drive. Buy with 2.9% financing or lease for just $315 per month.
My parents' store. It's where I learned about business, hard work, and that every dollar counts. That's why I'm running for state treasurer. As a public finance professional and attorney, I've helped secure financing for infrastructure projects across Connecticut. I have the experience to use state investments to lift up working people and keep Connecticut fiscally strong, because I'll make sure every dollar counts for Connecticut families. I'm Eric Russell, and I approve this message.
We're tracking some downpours across the state of Connecticut right now, and this is just the start. Much more heavy rain to come later on tonight. With it, maybe some flooding as well as a couple of power outages.
Mike, thank you, and thank you very much for joining us.
Have a good night, everyone. Take care.